Balayallah, Yahweh, Yashamarka, Makalrai, Yashamar, Atnapashka, Yahweh, Yashamar, Tazaatka, Wawaatka, Mayatha, Wa'aid, Iwalam.
In English, I will lift up mine eyes into the hills. From whence cometh my help? My help cometh from the Lord, which made heaven and earth. He will not suffer thy foot to be moved. He that keepeth thee will not slumber. Behold, he that keepeth Israel shall neither slumber nor sleep. The Lord is thy keeper. The Lord is thy shade upon thy right hand. The sun shall not smite thee by day, nor the moon by night. The Lord shall preserve thee from all evil. He shall preserve thy soul. The Lord shall preserve thy going out and thy coming in, and this time forth, and even forevermore.
83rd Psalm in the Hebrew. Alahayim. Al Damayalaka.
Al Damayalaka.
Al Takarash.
Al Takarash.
Al Tashakwat.
Al Tashakwat.
Al
Kayahana.
Awayabyaka.
Yahama.
Yawan. Ra'ash. Al Imaka. Yaira Yamwa. Sawada. Wayatha. Yaitazawa. Al Tazapawanyaka. Amarwa. Lakawa. Wanakakidam. Magoya. Wala'a. Yazakar. Sham Yasha'ala. Iwada. Kaya. Nawa'aitazawa. Laba. Yakadwa. Aliyaka. Barayah. Yakarathwa. Aholia. Alawam. Wayashimai. Alayam. Mawa'aba. Salakiam. Wahagarium. Gabal. I'm a one. Amalak. Palashaf. I'm Yeshabia. Tazawar. Gam Ashawar. Nalawa. Imam. Hayawa. Zarawai. Labanyalawat. Salah. Aishalaham. Kamadian. Kasaya. Sara'ah. Kayabian. Panakal. Kwayashwan. Nashamadwa. Ba'ayan. Da'ara. Hayawa. Daman. La'adama. Shayatamwa. Nada. Yabmawa. Ka'irab. Bakazabak. Wakatazal. Mana'ai. Kal Nisaya Kamwa. Ashar. Amarwa. Naya Rasha. Lanawa. Na'awath. Alahayam. Alahaya. Shayatamwa. Kagogala. Kakwash. Lapanyarawaka. Ka'ash. Tabiyaira. Yaira. Wakalahaba. Talahat. Harayam. Khan. Daradapma. Basairaka. Wabasa. Wapafka. Tabahalam. Mala'a. Panyaham. Kwalawan. Wayabakwashwa. Shimka. Yahweh. Yabashwa. Panyaham. Salakia. Wayabaholwa. Aijai. Wayakaparwa. Wayabadwa. Wayadayawa. Kaya Atha. Shimka. Yahweh. Labadka. Aliyawan. Al-Kaharaza.
In English, keep not thy silence, O Yahweh. Hold not thy peace. And be not still. O Yahweh. For lo, thine enemies make it tumult. And they that hate thee have lifted up their head. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people. And consulted against thy hidden ones. They have said, come, and let us cut them off. From being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more remembered. For they have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee. The tabernacles of Edom, and the Ishmaelites of Moab, and the Hagarenes, Gabal, and Ammon, and Amalek, the Philistines, with the inhabitants of Tyre. Assur also is joined with them. They have hope in the children of Lot. Salah, do unto them as unto the Midianites, as to Sisera, as to Jabin, at the brook of Kison, which perished at Endor. They became as dung for the earth. Make their nobles like Oreb and like Zeeb, yea, all their princes, as Zabah and as Almunah, who said, let us take to ourselves the houses of Yahweh in possession. Oh, my power, make them like a wheel, as a stumble before the wind, as the fire burneth a wood, and as a flame set the mountains on fire. So persecute them with thy tempest, and make them afraid with thy storm. Fill their faces with shame, that they may seek thy name. O Yahweh, let them be confounded and trouble forever. Yea, let me put to shame and perish, that men may know that thou, whose name alone is Yahweh, art the Most High of all the earth. All right, so we're gonna pick back up where we left off at. All right, which was Genesis chapter 25. We're gonna pick up in verse 22, right? So for those, those at home, we want to, read along with the brother. Let's go to blueletterbible.org. Type in Genesis 25. Scroll down to verse 22. Press that button that says tools on the side to pull up the Hebrew. Right? And you'll be able to follow along as the brother reads, right? So, well, whenever you're ready,
One concept. This is the book of Genesis, chapter 25, and verse 22 in Hebrew. Wayathara taza wa habunyam bakwaraba watha amar khan lama za anakia wathalaka ladarash ath Yahweh. Verse 23. Wayamar Yahweh laha shanya gayayam babatanaka washanya la amanyam mama ayak yaparadawa wala malaam ya taza warab ya ibad taza ayar. Verse 24. Waya malaawa yamya laladath wahana fawa mum baba tana. Verse 25. Waya taza'a hara ashawan adamawanya kolwa ka adarath sha'ar wayakwara awa Shamwa, Aishawa. Verse 26. Wa Akaria, Khan Yataza'a, Akariawa, Wayadawa, Akazath, by Iquab, Aishawa, Waya Kwara'a, Shamwa, Iquab, Waya Tazakak, Ban, Shashiam, Shana, Baladath, Athum. Verse 27. Wagadolwa, Hana Irium, Wayahaya, Aishawa, Ayash, Yadai, Tazayad, Ayash, Shada, Wayakwab, Ayash, Thum, Yashab, Aholium. 28 is the last one. Waya Ahab, Tazakak, Ath, Aishawa, Kaya, Tazayad, Bakwayan, no, Bakwayawa, Warabakwa, Ahabath, Ath, Yaiquab. This is the book of Genesis, chapter 25 and verse 22 in English. And the children struggled together within her. And she said, if it be so, why am I thus?
So Rebecca was going through it, man, having pains. You know what I'm saying? She know that what? She know she got these, she know she pregnant. It's a blessing from the Lord. So she's like, man, why am I feeling like this? You know what I'm saying? These children are struggling within her. What's going on? Right? Read on.
And she went to inquire of the Lord.
No, she thought, you know, what her own mind would tell her, right?
She went to inquire of the Lord.
No, she went to her spiritual ancestors.
She went to inquire of the Lord.
You know what I'm saying? She went right to the men of the Lord with her problem, man. Because she knew this was far greater than simple, you know, stomach pain. She knew something else was going on here. And that's what all wise women did, man. When they had something, whether it be a dream, you know what I mean, or what they may perceive to be a vision, what they do, man. They went to the men of the Lord to let them know if it meant something.
That's right.
If it was important or not. You know what I mean? There was a time when we understood who to go to for, you know, spiritual understanding, man. To be enlightened, you know what I'm saying, by the true priests and prophets of the Lord. We knew then, you know what I'm saying, Commander Johannes is bringing that time back on this earth, man. Now, you know what I'm saying, we see the world in disarray and in chaos, and people know, man, I'm gonna have to go ask some crazy cats on the corner. They know what's going on out here. They've been telling us this since the 90s. They know what's going on. We're gonna have to go inquire of them. You know what I mean? The same way this sister did, right? Read on.
Right. And also, if I may, this is a perfect example of knowing, like when they say somebody goes to inquire of the Lord, that they go in and speaking to the priest and the prophet.
That's right.
And so when the answer comes back, we already know that the answer was given to the priests and the prophets and then relayed back to her.
Damn right.
So it's not God directly talking to persons. So that's the thing that we want you to understand here.
And then damn sure ain't your Christian pastor sitting on the toilet coming up with, you know, some sermon.
or choking a sister out.
Right. Choking the damn sister out, man. Good night.
Verse 23. And the Lord said unto her, 2 nations are in thy womb, and 2 manner of people shall be separated from thy bowels. And the one people shall be stronger than the other people, and the elder shall serve the younger. So this is the birth and the destiny, you know, of Israel and the oppressor. That's what we're reading about here. The birth, they fought in the womb. They struggled in the womb, meaning natural enemies, man. That's what that means. two manner of people, two different type of people, separated at the womb. Meaning once they come into that womb, they was on their own path. You understand?
And this is heavy, man, because and it shows you how people don't understand the Bible, because they always sort of bring up, wasn't Esau your brother? Wasn't Esau your brother?
It's like operative word.
You understand what I'm saying? And the scripture clearly states what he is to us. You understand? It says what? It says 2 nations are in thy womb, right? That lets you know what? We are 2 different types of people from the get-go. 2 nations are in our womb, and it says 2 manner of people. I mean, the way we think, you understand, the way these children are gonna grow up to be is going to be complete opposite of one and the other, man. We're totally different from the get-go. You understand? Natural brothers aren't known to be like that. People have something in common. You know what I mean? And we're supposed to agree in some type of way, but we've never agreed. We've always been struggling, like the brother said, since the womb, man, from the beginning. You understand? And it goes on to explain the separation even more by saying, 2 manner of people shall be separated from thy bowels, man. Not brought together, not coexist, but separate, man. This is more and more separation on top of all the separation we've been reading about in Genesis. This is even more separation, man. And this is separating, you know what I'm saying, so-called what? The so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans from the oppressor, man. From Esau. You know what I'm saying? From Edom. You know what I mean? It's like, you had something?
No. You covered it.
God. You know what I mean? But let's read on, though. Let's get some more.
Khan. Verse 24. And when her days to be delivered were fulfilled, behold, there were twins in her womb.
Twins, man. Boy, is that a blessing. Twins. What's the ones? What you call it? You got the one where it look alike, and the one where they don't.
Maternal.
So paternal is what? They do look alike?
They don't look alike.
Right. So she had 2 paternal twins. Yeah. You understand? You're going to see why they are definitely paternal, right? Read on.
Verse 25. And the first came out red all over like a hairy garment.
Boom. There you go. We get a whole description of this first one. So he came out red. He came out red. You understand? Bloody. Like a hairy garment. You understand? When you see a black baby born.
Smooth.
It's smooth, man. Can you see some blood? Yeah, you can see blood on black people, but you wouldn't describe it as being red. You know what I'm saying? Why? Because that melanin, you got that melanin in your skin. If you're gonna describe anything, it's gonna be what? Black, brown. You know what I mean?
And remember the word hairy.
Oh,
he was hairy. So the hair was red. You know what I'm saying? This is giving you there's a whole lot being said right here.
What they call them? Ginger.
Yeah. You know, without the bread, if you know what I mean. So the first came out red all over like a hairy garment.
All over. He coming out the womb, hairy.
Hairy, man. That was, hey, let me tell you something if you didn't know this. This baby right here that's being described is the only child in the entire scripture called the Bible that is described physically at its birth. Not even Christ.
Right.
Because it's something special about this child right here.
Right.
He is special.
As I'm about to say, we all got something special about ourselves, but this child here, it's something special about him.
He is special.
He's real special. Right? Let's read on.
And they call his name Esau.
What they call him?
Esau.
You know what I'm saying? Which when you look up his name, Esau means what?
One who's born half dead, or one who was born
wasted away.
Wasted away, yeah.
Wasted away is he. Because
he had no Salakia.
No, you talk away.
He had no melanin.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't have melanin. Like all the children prior to this was either yellow, brown, or black. Had some type of melanin in their skin. But this baby didn't have any. So he was like wasted away. Like he was not normal.
Mm-hmm. And understand that, you know, when you get a Hebrew name, man, as meanings and there's power behind Hebrew, man. You know what I'm saying? Like brothers and sisters in school, when we get our names, they all have meaning. Even when you look at the prophets and the minute that the Lord chose to deal with, what happened? They had a name, and then what? That name got changed. Something else that had what? Had meaning behind it. You know what I mean? It was a spirit behind a name, man. Well, Esau, his name means wasted away is he, man. You can find that in the large Zondervan Bible dictionary. Let you know what everybody's name means. You know what I mean? But real.
And if I may, when we look back on the time that Esau ruled the earth, it's going to be a short time in reality, man. It's going to be like a matter of fact, a scripture says it's going to come a time we ain't going to remember.
Right. Kids going to be like, this the man?
Who's this cat?
This the man that you said he had the world shaking and trembling? It's the man that had the world afraid?
He's going to be in a museum.
Stuff like a damn, like he be doing the mammoths and whatnot.
Where is he? That's in the scriptures, y'all. I'm telling you. Okay. Verse 26. And after that came his brother out. Mm-hmm. Notice they don't describe the brother because this is Jacob and he's normal. So they don't have to give a physical description of him. And out, and his hand took hold on Esau's heel. Mm. And his name was called Jacob. And Isaac was 80 years old when she bare them. Meaning she was 60 years old. He was 60 years old. Verse 27. And the boys grew, and Esau was a cunning hunter, a man of the field, and Jacob was a plain man dwelling in tents. Now, if I may, sir, this is giving you the basic nature of these two. A plain man, meaning a man that lives in civilization, who lives in tents, meaning that he lives civilized, he lived orderly in tents. You understand? Like civilization type thing. Whereas the other man was a cunning hunter, a man of the field, a wild man out hunting and killing for his food. He wasn't growing no crops at all. He was just going out catching meat. That's what he did. And these are the natures of the two people. This is expounding on the nature of who these two people are.
And I wouldn't say that he didn't know how to, grow and till the land. The same way I wouldn't say Jacob didn't know how to hunt. But the emphasis on cunning, we gotta understand the definition of what that means. Like the definition of cunning, it means having or showing skill and achieving one's ends by deceit or evasion. You understand? Meaning the way he lived his life, his whole spirit, you understand, was what? It was by lies and deceit, by evasion. He was a different type of cat. You know what I mean? The same way Esau's a different type of cat, man. He think about go hunting animals, and instead of just being normal, like the damn Native Americans would do and just go hunt the damn animals, man, he gotta go create a damn tube that sounds, it quacks and sounds just like a duck. It sounds just like a doe, so he can get that good old buck. He got to go get sprays and pheromones and cover himself in feces and piss just to get an animal to be just so comfortable, get so close, so to be just as easier, to get him. That's cunning, man. That's crafty. You got to have a different type of mind, to achieve, means like that. Well, Jacob won't try to do all that nonsense. They say he's plain, man. He chilling, man. Say he's civilized, right? He chilling, man. He like, man, we eat what we eat. You know what I'm saying? What about our catch? We gonna eat. You know what I mean? It is what it is, man. Chill. All right? Read on.
Verse 28. And Isaac loved Esau because he did eat of his venison, but Rebekah loved Jacob. Mm-hmm. So the attributes of Esau, he would bring his father meat, man. Like just think of yourself as being a man and your son is bringing home, deer and whatever kind of meats that he could catch. That's a man. In a man's mind, he's thinking, well, this is a man. I like him. He's aggressive. He goes out and he provides meat. So that's something that's admirable for a father to see in his son. Daughter. Whereas Rebekah, she loved Jacob because of his mannerisms. And also she remembered what the Most High, what the prophets had told her about Jacob. She remembered. And she thought that was right and she was more in tune with the Most High at this point than Isaac was. In this respect, in respect of the children.
And we'll see why it was righteous for her to do that in a few. Right? Righteous for her to think like that, right? That's
Christ. This is the book of Genesis, chapter 25 and verse 29 in the Hebrew. Wayazad, Ya'aquab, Lazayad, Wayaba'a, Aishawa, Man, Hashada, Wa'a, Ayap. Verse 30. Wayamar, Aishawa, Al, Ya'aquab, Hala, Ayatanya, La'a, Man, Ha'adam, Hazah, Kaya, Ayap, Anakia, Al Khan, Quara'a, Shamwa, Adawum. Verse 31. Wayamar, Ya'aquab, Makara, Kayawum, Af, Bakarafaka, Laya. Verse 32. Wayamar, Aishawa, Hana, Anakia, Hawalaka, Lamawaf, Walama, Za, Laya, Bakara. Verse 33. Waya Amar, Ya'aquab, Hashaba'ai, Laya, Kayawum, Waya Shabai, Lawa, Waya Makar, Af, Bakarafwa, Laya Aquab. Verse 34. Waya Aquab, Nathan, La Aishawa, Lakam, Wanazayat, Wanazayad, Adashium, Waya Akal, Waya Shaf, Waya Kum, Waya Laka, Waya Baz, Aishawa, Abakara. One more, next chapter. Next chapter. Come on. I'm getting into this phone. It's a little different. Here we go. Okay. This is the book of Genesis, chapter 26 and verse 1 in the Hebrew. Wayahaya, Ra'aib, Ba'aratazah, Malabad, Hara'aib, Hara'ashawan, Hara'ashwan, Ashar, Haya, Bayamya, Abraham, Wayalaka, Yetazakak, Al, Abaya, Malad, no, Abaya, oh, that's, I know who that is. Abaya, Malaka, Palashathia, no, Palashathium. That's the Philistine. Garara. Okay, this is the book of Genesis, chapter 25 and verse 29 in English. And Jacob sowed pottage, and Esau came from the field, and he was faint. So Jacob is in there cooking a pot of food. Verse 30. And Esau said to Jacob, feed me, I pray thee, with that same red pottage, for I am faint. Therefore was his name called Edom. Edom just means red, meaning that the food, it wasn't finished cooking yet. All bloody, it wasn't finished cooking yet.
Only well done.
You know.
You wonder why the standard, they're the greatest chefs on the earth will tell you that what's the standard for meat to be finished? What they say? Medium
rare.
Medium rare, man.
Yeah. And I saw a post, if I may. Yeah. I saw a post yesterday where it's an Edomite talking about, well, when you cook it rare and you see that red in there, it's not really blood.
What is it, Esau?
He said something, man. I can't remember what he said, but he said some nonsense, man. This is how they think, because see, they know that they're being exposed, so they respond to stuff like that because they feel like some of the things being said about them, you know, are not right. And they never want to take responsibility for who they are and what they do. They've been eating red, bloody meat since this day that we're reading about. That's what we're saying, and that's the truth. Verse 30. And verse 30. No, verse 31. And Jacob said, sell me this day thy birthright. What a deal.
Jacob was smart, man. He may not want to be in that field. He was smart. He doesn't be smart, man.
See, because, you know, the firstborn gets the bulk of the inheritance, man. But Jacob knew through his mother, who was told by the Most High, that it was Jacob that was going to get the inheritance.
You know she was in his ear.
You understand what I'm saying? But now some people think that there's unrighteousness with the Lord for what's about to go down. But when you go to the book of Romans, chapter 9, I think it's verse 17 to 22, it'll explain the whole thing to you. You know, talking about it's not unrighteousness with God. This was not unrighteous. He consciously sold his birthright. He didn't think nothing of it.
Right. It's not like he won't trick to do nothing. He won't go and die. Yeah, he had been in the field all damn day, you know. But he won't go and die if he waited, 15 more damn minutes for the food to be done.
Exactly. And I guarantee you, if I may, if he would have said, I ain't selling you my birthright, I just need to eat. I'm guarantee you his brother would have fed him, man. He would have fed him, man. But he was stupid. And he didn't care nothing for his birthright. And that's why the Most High sent him on the path that he's on. Yeah, Romans 9, it's like 9 and 17. Starts talking about like they act like after it says Jacob have loved Esau in 13, then a couple of verses down it starts breaking down. Is there unrighteousness with God? Meaning that you think this is wrong, that God chose one over the other.
Yeah, go ahead. You
Come on. Verse 32. And Esau said, behold, I am faint at this point, at the point to die. And what profit shall this birthright do to me? So he's saying, man, this birthright ain't nothing to me if I'm about to die.
Good night.
How dumb can you be? You understand what I'm saying? You got family there, man. Somebody gonna feed you, man. But he thinking like an animal. Like, I didn't catch nothing to eat today, so I'm gonna die. Who thinks like that? Think about it. I ain't never met no person that thought like that. If you ain't catch nothing today, you're gonna die. You're gonna find something to eat. Think about it. So we trying to understand, the nature of the beast, so to speak. Verse 33. And Jacob said, swear to me this day. And he sware unto him. And he sold his birthright unto Jacob. Understand? This is not a trick. He got value. He just got he got jerked in a sense that he gave him something valuable for a meal. You understand? And that's a metaphor in itself. Like our people today, the conditions our people are in, what we give up to eat out of the hands of the oppressor, man. And we give up our whole heritage unto the other nations, man, so to speak, if I may, sir. Verse 34. Then Jacob gave Esau bread and pottage of lentils, and he did eat and drink, and rose up and went his way. Thus Esau despised his birthright. So now he done sold it. So he said, man, the hell with that birthright. Right. He despised it. Like he hated it. For what? Because he was a fool. Yeah, that's what he's talking about, right? Con. This is the book of Genesis, chapter 6 and verse 1 in English. And there was a famine in the land, besides the first famine that was in the days of Abraham. And Isaac went unto Abimelech, king of the Philistines, unto Gerar. This is the book of Genesis, chapter 26 and verse 2 in Hebrew. Wayara'ah aliyawah Yahweh Waya'amar al Farad Matazarayim Shakun Ba'aratasa Ashar Amar Aliyakah. Verse 3. Gawar Ba'aratazab Haza'ath Wahaya Imak or Imaka Wa'a Barakaka Kaya Laka Wala Zara'aika Athun Ath Kal Aratazah Ha'al Ha'ala Waha Quamathia Ath Hashabai Ashar Bashabaithia La Abraham Abiyaka. Verse 4. Waha Rabbi Yathia Ath Zara'aika Kaka Wakabaya Hashemayim Wana Bathia Lazara'aika Ath Kal Ha'aratazah Ha'al Waha Babarakawa Bazara'aika Kal Gawa Yaya Ha'aratazah. Verse 5. Iquab, Ashar, Shemai, Abraham, Bakolya, Waya Shemor, Masha Marathia, Mataza Wathia, Aqua Wathia, Watha Warathia. Verse 6. Wayashab, Yatazaquak, Bagara, and Gara. Verse 7. Yeah, this the last. Waya Sha'alwa. 8. Kanwakan. Salaki. Waya Sha'alwa. Anakia. Hamakwawam. La Ashathwa. Waya Amar. Akathia. Hawa'a Kaya. Yara'a. La Amar Ashathia. Pan. Yaha Raganya. Anashia. Hamakwawam al. Rabba Kwa Kaya Tawaba Mara'a Haya'a. Verse 8. Wayahaya Kaya Arakawa Lawa Sham Hayamniam Wayashakwa Abaya, Malak, Palashathium, Ba'aid, Hafalawan, Hakalawan, Wayara'a, Wahana, Yatazakak, Batazakak, Ath, Rabakwa, Ashafwa. This is the book of Genesis, chapter 26, and verse 2 in English. And the Lord appeared unto him and said, Go not down into Egypt. Dwell in the land which I shall tell thee of. Verse 3. Sojourn in this land, and I will be with thee, and will bless thee, for unto thee and unto thy seed I will give all these countries, and I will perform the oath which I swear unto Abraham thy father. Verse 4. And I will make thy seed to multiply as the stars of heaven, and will give unto thy seed all these countries, and in thy seed shall all the nations of the earth be blessed. Every great kingdom, you understand, from the Greeks till now, they got rich off of the backs of the Israelites.
Right.
Every one of them. 26, well, Genesis 26 and 5. Because that Abraham obeyed my voice and kept my charge, my commandments, my statutes, and my laws. And even before that, matter of fact, Babylon, Assyria, Persia, all of those nations became great and rich, by feeding off of us. America, you understand, Rome. Okay, Salakia. Verse 6. And Isaac dwelt in Gerar. Verse 7. And the men of the place asked him of his wife, and he said, She is my sister. For he feared to say, She is my wife, lest, said he, the men of the place should kill me for Rebekah, because she was fair to look upon. You know what that means. She was fly. She's a beautiful woman. And he was fearing that, when men see her, they would, because he's a husband, they would kill him and get him out the way so they could get at her. But if he's a sister, then they said, well, maybe we can just go at her. We don't have to kill him. Wow. Anyway, Salakia. Verse 8. And it came to pass, when he had been there a long time, that Abimelech, the king of the Philistines, looked out a window and saw, and behold, Isaac was sporting Rebekah with Rebekah, his wife. Meaning that they was out there looking good and fly, sporting, you know what I mean? And he saw Rebekah, man, and he damn near lost his mind. This happens, this is not a rare thing. This happens all the time.
Yeah, man.
You know what I'm saying? This is nothing strange, or it's just, recorded here. But this happens to men all the time. How many times, I'm just talking to the brothers right now, you looked out and you seen some woman and you was like, I would love to be with her. That happens damn near almost every day. This is the book of Genesis, chapter 26 and verse 9 in the Hebrew. Wayakwara'a Abayam Malak Layatazakak Waya Amar Aka Hana Ashathaka Hawa'a Waya Wa Ayaka Amarath Akathia Hawa'a Waya Amar Aliyawa Yatazakak Kaya Amarathia Pun Amawath. Aliyah. Verse 10. Why Amor Abayam Malak Ma Za'ath I Shayath Lanawa Kama Ait Shakab Akkad Ha'aim Ath Ashaf Akka Ashak Ashafka Wahab Ba'ath Alianawa Asham. Verse 11. Wayatazawa Abayam Malak Af Tal Ha'aim La'amar Hanagai Ba'ayash Hazah Waba Ashathwa Mawa Wath Yawamath. Verse 12. Waya Zarai Yat Tazakak Ba'arataza Hahawa'a Waya Mataza'a Bashana Hahawa'a Ma'a Maha Sha'irium Waya Baraka Hawa Yahweh or Salakia Waya Barakathwa Yahweh, blessed by Yahweh. Okay. Verse 13. Waya Gadol Ayash Waya Laka Halawaka Wagadol Aid Kaya Gadol Ma'ad. Verse 14. Wayahaya Lawa Makwana Taza'an Wamakwana Bakwar Wa Bada Rabah Wayakwana Awa Athwa Palashathium. Verse 26. Wakal Abarath Ashor Kaparwa Ibadia Abunyawa Bayamya Abraham Abayawa Satha Mawum Palashathium Waya Mala Awum Ipar. Verse 26. Verse 16, Salakia. Waya Amor Abayam Malak Al Yataza Kak Laka Ma'aimiyam Ma'aim Nawa Kaya I Tazamath Mama Nawa Ma'ad. Yeah, that should have been the last one. Okay. This is the book of Genesis, chapter 26, verse 9 in English. And Abimelech called Isaac and said, Behold, of a surety she is thy wife. And how saidst thou, she is my sister? And Isaac said unto him, Because I said, lest I die for her. Verse 10, and Abimelech said, What is this thou hast done unto us? One of the people might lightly have leaned with thy wife, and thou should have brought guilt upon us.
See, even you know, it was a point in time on the earth where even heathens understood just how, you know, how wrong and how wicked it would be to lay with a woman that has a husband, man. You understand? Like we don't even understand that vibe no more. Not in America. This place is disgusting. You know, we hear it all the time you see it in movies and TV shows, and especially with the rappers. That's all they want to rap about is laying and getting with a woman that has a man. It's like an achievement. It's like that's your goal. It's like that's how you know you're successful because of how many women you can sleep with that have a man. Like if this ain't, you know, a godforsaken, a wicked place, man, I don't know what the hell is. You know what I'm saying? Even this king understands that. Hey, man, listen, what type of, you know, evil you trying to bring upon me? Now let us know this your woman, man. You know what I mean? Because we know good and damn well it's wrong to do it. You know what I mean? We not about to label her knowing that's your wife. You know what I'm saying? This is the spirit we got to get back on this place, man. You know what I'm saying? Like this is what we want to get back to being this damn righteous, man. To where, but once a brother finds out that the woman you may have wanted to inquire about or gaze upon, she got a man, what I mean, man, you fall back. Fall the hell back. Leave it alone. You know what I'm saying? To the point where you even like Christ, when Christ said what, man, you commit that sin in your mind. Don't even go that far. You know what I mean? Let it go. Move on. There's more fish in the sea. Hell, the ratio to damn men and women is like what? Damn 2 to 9, 3 to 9 or something like that. Brother, there's plenty of other ones out there for you can get. They look just like him. You know what I'm saying? Just go fishing. Go fishing. Change your bait if you got to. But leave that woman alone if she has a goddamn man. Leave her the hell alone, man. That's the whole point. She has a man. Go find you something else. Go conquer something else that doesn't have a man. You know what I mean? Read on.
Verse 11. And Abimelech charged all his people, saying, he that touches this man or his wife shall surely be put to death.
What'd he say?
Any of y'all that touch this brother or his woman will be put to death.
You're going to die, man. You're going to die if you touch this righteous man, woman, and his wife, man. You're going to die. You know what I'm saying? Read on.
Verse 12. Then Isaac sold in that land and received in the same year 100-fold. And the Lord blessed him. So with that saying, Isaac planted crops. And from those crops that he planted, he got 100-fold, 100 times the increase, man. In 1 year.
That's amazing.
You understand? Because the Most High blessed him like that. Verse 13. And the man waxed great and went forward and grew until he became very great. So this is Isaac, one of our progenitors, and he's become a great man. Now, his father was great. Now, his father left him, Abraham left him all of his greatness, and he even made it even greater. You understand?
And this is how the Lord intended for it to be, man. This is generational wealth right here.
That's right.
This is generational wealth. You understand? Being your father living his life, you know what I'm saying, to the best of his abilities, following the Lord blessing him, and then that father then what? Leaving it down to his sons, man. And that son repeating the same process. This is how the Lord intended for it to be. Notice how the oppressor, in order for these other nations to acquire generational wealth, what they got to do? They got to rape, they got to rob, they got to murder. Their forefathers have to kill people, have to steal, have to lie. They have to be cunning. The oppressor has to be cunning to acquire his means of generational wealth, man. How you think they got all this land, all this money? It ain't because, you know what I'm saying, they got blessed by the Lord. They had to go rape, rob, and murder for it, man. When the Lord never intended for us to have to live that type of life, man. All we had to do was do what the hell he tells us to do.
That's right.
Do what the hell the Lord tell you to do. And when you put some damn seeds in the ground, it's going to grow 100 times when what it would have normally done just by your hands alone. You understand? You go get a damn woman and she give you 20 goddamn kids. You understand? And all your kids are amazing children, you know what I'm saying? And do what the hell they supposed to do because you followed the Lord. Like our lives are we had it paved out, brother. meant to be simple. Simple, man. Like any good father would do, man. If a good father had the child, what he gonna do, man? He gonna plan his son's life out. Yeah, I'm gonna have him go to this school, and I'm gonna try him out, see if he can do this sport, see if he can play this sport, see if he can do this, see what he like, figure it out, boom, give him the game plan. All he gotta do is follow it. You just gotta run the play. You know what I mean? But of course, we know what? We chose to be disobedient, chose to be a hard-headed and stiff-necked like always, and now we gotta go through all these loops and hurdles to get back to it. No sweat. You know what I'm saying? Command General Yohana is here, man. ISUPK is here. And we're going to take back what is rightfully ours, man, which is rulership over this place under Christ, man. You know what I'm saying? It's like a read-on.
Come on, car, sir. For he had possessions of flocks and possessions of herds and great store of servants. And this is the proof of what the brother just said. And the Philistines envied him.
You say what?
The Philistines envied him.
Oh, man, they jealous, man. Hey, man, how the hell we been chilling to this land doing what we doing out here forever? He come out here this a year's time. Couple of them years, man, and surpassing every goddamn body, man. That's what happens when you follow the Lord.
And if I may say, like this, when we came out of Egypt, right, after the Most High had destroyed the Egyptian army, like his name was pronounced all over the world, meaning that from that event, because Egypt was the most powerful nation on the earth at the time, the whole world found out that we was God's chosen people, that God was with us. And then that's when everybody started trying to come against us and find ways to destroy us, man. And this is the things that we learn in this Bible, man. This Bible is our records, man. Good or bad. This is the greatness of the Bible. It doesn't try to pump us up beyond reality or make us greater than we are. We're a bunch of wicked fools that was given the greatest offer ever offered any nation, and we turned our backs on it. That's why we're in the condition that we're in today. But if we return to the Most High, and we will, and obey him, man, we're going to be on top, man. That's what all of these lessons is showing us, man. That the men why did he bless Jacob, Isaac, and Abraham? Because they listened to him, man. They obeyed him when they didn't have to. They could have said, no, man, I'm not sacrificing my son. No, I'm not going to that land where you told me to go to. I'm going to go where I want to go. They could have done that. But would they have been blessed? No, they were blessed because of obedience, man. It's a simple, you understand, disposition. You obey God, blessings come with it. You disobey him, you're in trouble. Mm-hmm. That's it. And that's where we find ourselves today, because there's no difference between us and our forefathers. Like, we're Isaac, we're Jacob, man. We're them. We're Sarah. You understand? We're Rebecca, man. We're Leah. We're all of those sisters and brothers, man. It's still us, man. There's no difference. Why do you think he calls it a bloodline, a continuance, man? A holy people set apart, man. And all we got to do is come back into this truth and get this truth and get this knowledge, man, and move forward. To hell with what these other nations is doing. To hell with them is what we're going to do in relation to our God, our power. Are we going to obey him or not? Salakia. Verse 15. For all the wells which his father's servants had digged in the days of Abraham, his father, the Philistines had stopped them. You understand? They was hating, man. They stopped. Like, that's his source of water to feed his crops, to feed his family, to feed his animals.
Who that sound like, man?
And these Philistines are what we call today African. That's who they are.
That's the same tactic the oppressor used, man.
And in Egypt, too, it was the same thing when we went into Egypt. They saw us doing well. Joseph was smart enough to keep us separate from them. And we started growing and getting strong, and they hated us, man. This happens all the time. This happens right now in America, man. They hate us because they can see better than us how great we are. They can see it, man. That's why they keep throwing stumbling blocks in our way.
And this is what kills me with almost like black people who say like, oh, we prejudice or whatever, we racist. Like, you have to have power. You have to have power to be racist, man. Like we don't have the power to put a sign up and say blacks only. You understand? We don't have the power to put on a sign and say, blacks. Whites. Black, back of the bus. Get to the back of the bus. Like you have to have power to be able to shut off someone's water source, man. Yeah. Power to be able to put a highway through the middle of a damn city to split it up. To then what? Over time, change the price value of the land and the taxes to destroy a whole damn Wall Street, which is what happened to Durham, North Carolina.
And Wilmington, North
Carolina. You have to have power to destroy that whole damn city and their printing press. Like you have to have power to do these things, man. We don't have that type of power.
Now look who was the racist here. Look who had the power.
Right.
And filled them with earth. Meaning that all of the wells of water. You understand? Man, you better get into this book and understand this book. Come to the ISUBK, get the breakdown. So it's about the understanding of the truth, man. That's right. Of what's really, really going on in this earth and why.
And you learn the spirit, like the spirit behind these people's actions. You understand what I'm saying? It's like this is pure hatred right here. They had no reason to do this. No reason whatsoever. They were just jealous. Now, did it say he was causing them to starve from his success? Hell no. They were thriving and doing what they need to do. They were just so goddamn jealous, man. Our Black Wall Streets we had wasn't stopping America from being America. You understand? They could have been great. Okay, now what did they down bad in the Great Depression? Yeah, they was down bad. But they could have picked what they say? Pick yourself up by your bootstraps, man.
Even further than that, sir. Mm-hmm. If they would have we would have built up the whole country. The whole country would have been blessed through us, man. This is the point that we're trying to make. If they would have left Black Wall Street alone, the wealth that came into Black Wall Street would have spread into the outlying communities, man. This is what we're talking about. But these haters, these hateful, whatever I don't even want to say it. Yeah. They can't see that because the hatred of us blinds them. Like, you understand what I'm saying? The hatred of, like, they know that you can play athletics and they know about getting wealth from you through that. They don't mind that because they're in power.
They ain't going to you for help.
Exactly. They just siphoning off the wealth from your nation into their nation, man. That's what they do.
But for them to have to come to us for help and say, help us grow and be better?
Oh, no. They too proud for that.
Oh, man.
The pride of thine heart has deceived thee.
They'd rather murder you right where you stand and take everything you got.
This is the difference. When we was talking about the inception of the birth of these two men, Esau and Jacob, this is what we're talking about. The difference in the mindset. The Most High chose us, man, because we had a righteous bloodline, man. We had a tendency toward righteousness, man, until we started messing with these other nations, man. And they fooled us into thinking what they had was better than what we had. And we were damn fools to fall for it. And we're telling it to you straight up. In the ISUBK and the Commander General, Your Honor, we're going to tell it to you straight up. But our wisdom begins where? With the fear of the Most High. The respect of the Most High in Christ is what's going to get us back on track through these scriptures. There is no other way for Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians to come up out of this. There is no other way. You got all these philosophies out here, all these religions talking about everybody's the same and all of that nonsense. Where at? Is the lion the same as the lamb? Hell no. You understand? Is the eagle the same as the worm? No. It's no equality. Somebody has to rule and somebody has to serve, man. And the elder shall serve the younger. And we're the younger. We're the ones that's going to rule this place. But we have to come back to the Most High. We have to, and there's no other way. You follow whatever you want out there. You can follow that rock. You can follow that wood. You can follow whatever you want. Harry Carey, what the Guru, Krishna, and all that. Go ahead. Go ahead. And you'll be right under those nations. where those philosophies originated. You'll be right under those nations, and we don't want to be under anybody. You understand? We know who we are, man. We're the cream of the crop, man. Not because we want to be, but because the Most High made us that way.
That's right.
And we have to show and prove, man. This is the test, man. You know, one more thing, sir, if I may. You know, I always think about that scripture in I think it's either Wisdom of Solomon or it's in chapter 7 when they're talking about the straight path. On one side is the fire, and one side is the water, and there's only one way to go, and only one man could go at a time. I always think of that because that's the reality of this. This is a test, and we have to go through that fire, man, through that what we're going through in order to get to where we need to go. And when we understand this from a biblical perspective, you understand what I'm saying? We start to get the proper understanding of what's going on in this earth.
Yeah, right. That's heavy, man.
You know, and I'm telling you,
right, Chris.
You know, if you don't have this understanding, blacks, I'm just talking to blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, Israelites. I don't give a damn about nobody else. I don't. If we come and understand this, man, we're gonna win, man. We're gonna win anyway because Most High has spoken it. But I'm just saying, like, ain't nobody gonna be able to touch it. The scripture says in Exodus 11:7, not a dog shall wag his tongue at the Israelites. Meaning that if God is with us, nobody can do nothing to us, man. That's all, man. You know, that's all it is, man. If we come back to the Most High, you know, what better offer do you have? What better offer? Islam, where you're going to join in with the Arabs and be under them? Christianity, you're going to be under white supremacy forever, which is what Christianity is.
Right.
If you look at the origin of Christianity, the origin of Christianity was to keep the Romans on top. That's why they made it the state religion, and incorporated all the pagan holidays to make you happy and keep you celebrating these fake holidays, so you could just go right along with the system. This is the same thing in America. Sir. Verse 16. Wayamar Abayam Malak al Yatazakak Laka. No, we read in English now. Salakia. Right? We're in the English. I'm sorry, it's my bad. Okay. And Abimelech said unto Isaac, go from us, for thou art much mightier than we. So it got to the point where he said, yo, man, y'all too good, man. Y'all doing too well. Get the hell out. Go somewhere else with your riches, man. Because no matter what they did against him, he still prospered. So the king told him, yo, go from us, man. You're mightier than us. This is a whole nation. And this is one man in his party, his servants. And probably was a lot of them, but you know, this is one man, Isaac, our progenitor, the progenitor of our father Jacob. You understand? This is some deep stuff, man. When I read it, like, I don't know, like, I've read this stuff before, but I don't know, something about the Sabbath service, man. It's different. So now, this is the book of, what we got, one more, two more? Okay. Let's start reading. So like this is the book of Genesis, chapter 26, verse 17 in Hebrew. What the hell? Where is it? Okay, here we go. Wayalaka, Mashum, Yatazakak, Wayachan, Banakal, Gorar, Wayashab, Shum. Verse 18. Wayashab, Yatazakak, Wayakapar, Ath, Ba'arath, Hamayam, Ashar, Haparwa, Bayamya, Abraham, Abayawa, Waya Sathumwa, Palashathium, Akaria, Mawath, Abraham, Wayakwara, Lahan, Shamwath, Kashamath, Ashar, Kwara, Lahan, Abiyawa. Verse 19. Come on. Loading. Oh, my phone is slowing down for some reason. It's not going to the Hebrew. Come on. Verse 19 is loading. Okay, I got it. Waya Kaparwa Abadya Yat Tazakak Banakal Waya Matazaria Matazawa Sham Ba'ar Mayam Hayayam. Verse 20. Waya Raya Waya Yarabwa. No. Waya Rabaya. No, let me get this right. Waya Ra Yabawa. Ra Aya. Gara. Aim. Ra'aya. Yatazakak. La Amar. Lanwa. Amayam. Wayakwara. Sham. Aba'ar. Aishak. Kaya. Hafa. Aishakwa. Imawa. Verse 21. Wayakaparwa. Ba'ar. Akarath. Wayaraya Bawa. Gum. Aliyah. Wayakwara. Shema. Satana. Ashatna. Verse 22. Waya Ifak. Mashum. Waya Kapar. Ba'ar. Akarath. Wala'ah. Rabwa. Aliyah. Wayakwara. Shema. Rakabafwa. Rakabawath. Waya Amor. Kaya. Ifa. Harath. Kayab. Harak Kayab. Yahweh. Lanwa. Waparia Nawa. Ba'aratazar. Verse 23. Waya Al. Masham. Ba'ar Shabai. This is the book of Genesis chapter 26 and verse 17 in English. And Isaac departed thence and pitched his tents in the valley of Gerar and dwelt there. And Isaac digged again, verse 18, Salakia, and Isaac digged again the wells of water which they had digged in the days of Abraham his father, for the Philistines had stopped them after the death of Abraham. And he called their names after the names by which his father had called them. So he went to a new land, he dug him some new wells, and he named them the same name that his father named the wells that these Philistines had filled in with dirt. Right. The water. Okay. Verse 19. And Isaac's servants digged in the valley and found there a well of spring water.
What do you know? Would you look at that?
Gotta work God. Verse 20. And the herdmen of Gerar did strive with Isaac's herdmen, saying, the water is ours. They didn't even know the water was there.
Right.
Now, oh, this is ours. Now, he done bought this land. This is his land.
When you dig into a damn earth and some water sprout out.
It's your water.
And it's on your goddamn land. That's your water, man.
Here we go again.
Let just show you this how much hatred they have for us.
Because the holy people or the separate people, set apart people, they're different, man. And other people know it. Sometimes, in our case, more than we do. Verse, and he called, okay, and the herdsman of the girl saying, the water is ours, and he called the name of the well Esek, because they strove with him. Verse 21, and they digged another well and strove for that also, and he called the name of it Sitna. So every time he dug the well, they try to claim it. Man, oh man. Verse 22. You know, they sitting around waiting for him to do the work, and then they want the benefit.
Right. Because they know the Lord gonna bless his hand. Whatever he put his hand, they're like, we just gotta wait. You know, God gonna give him something soon. Soon as the blessing comes, they hop on it.
Yep. Verse 22. And he moved from thence and digged another well. He left that place and he digged another well. And for that they strove not. Or they ain't try to get this one. And he called the name Rehoboth. And he said, for now the Lord hath made room for us, and we shall be fruitful in the land. Verse 23. And he went up from thence to Beersheba. Verse 24. And the Lord appeared. Oh, no, that was it. 23 was it. Yeah, that was the 7th. So this is back to the Hebrew. This is the book of Genesis, chapter 26, verse 24 in Hebrew. Wayara'ah aliyah Yahweh balayala ha hawa'ah waya amar anakia alahaya Abraham abayaka al fayara'ah kaya. Hey, shalom, Arwan. Kaya afaka anakia waba rakathiaka waha. Waba Rakathia ka Waha Rabaya Bayathia Ath Zaraika Ba'ibawar Abraham Ibadia. Verse 25. Wayabun Shum Mazabak Wayakwara'a Bashum Yahweh Wayat Shum Aholwa, Waya Karwa, Shum Ibadia, Yat Tazakak, Bahar, no, Baar. Oh, sorry, and cry. The water, sir.
Get down.
Tasty. Okay. So. Come.
Trial and error.
Verse 20, Salakia, verse 26.
What verse started at?
We started at 24, sir.
Okay.
24. So we're doing 26 now. Well, Bayam Malak, Halak, Aliyawa, Magarar, Wa Kazaf, Mara Ihawa, Wa Payakal, Shar, Kazaba'awa. Verse 27. Wayamar, Alahum, Yatazakak, Madawai. I got it in my car. Yeah, most high in Christ, sir. Verse 27. Wayamar, Alahum, Yatazakak, Madawai. Ba'athum Aliyah wa Athum Sana Athum Akia Watha Shalak Wanya Salak Wanya Ma'athakam Ma'athakam. Verse 28. Wayamarwa Ra'awa Ra'ayanwa Kaya Haya Yahwa Imak Wana Amar Fahaya Na'a Allah Baya Nawa Faya Nawa Baya Naya Nawa Wabaya Naka Wana Karatha Barayath Imad Amaka or Imak. Verse 29. Ha'asha Imanwa Ra'ai Ka'ashar La'a Naga Ainawaka Waka Ashar Aishayanwa Imaka Rock Tawab, my favorite word. That's I don't know. I love that word. Tawab. I don't know. It's a lakia. Wana shalak kaka. Bash sholwum. Atha. Aitha. Barawaka Yahweh. Verse 30. Waya Aish Lahum Mashatha. Waya Akolwa. Waya Shafwa. Verse 31. Waya Shakayamwa. Babakwar. Waya Shabai wa Ayash La'akayawa Waya Shalakam Yatazakak Waya Lakawa Ma'afwa Basha Lawum. Verse 32. Wayahaya Bayawum Haha Wa'a Waya Ba'awa Ibadia Yatazakak Waya Gadawa Lawa Al Adawath Haba'ar Ashar Kaparwa Waya Amarwa Lawa Mataza Anwa Mayam. Verse 33. Waya Kwara'a Atha Shaba'ai Al Khan Sham Ayar Ba'ar Shabai Aid Hayawum Hazah. This should be the last one. Right? Verse 34. Wayahaya Aishawa Ban Abra'ayim. No, Salakia. Ara Ba'ayim Shana Wayakwak Ashar Af Yahweh Dayath Bath Ba'araya Hakathia Wa'ath Shamath Bashamath Bath Ayalun Hakathia. This is the book of Genesis, chapter 26 and verse 27. And Isaac said, wait a minute. We started 20. We started at 24, Salakia, so I went too far, but okay. Salakia. This is the book of Genesis, chapter 26, verse 24 in the English. And the Lord appeared unto him the same night and said, I am the God of Abraham thy father. Fear not, for I am with thee, and will bless thee and multiply thy seed for my servant Abraham's sake. Verse 25. And he built an altar there and called upon the name of the Lord and pitched his tent there, and there Isaac's servants digged a well. Then Abimelech went to him, verse 26, Salakia. Then Abimelech went to him from Gerar and Huzath, one of his friends, and Phicol, the chief captain of his army. 27. And Isaac said unto them, wherefore come ye to me, seeing you hate me and have sent me away from you? This should be interesting. And they said, we saw certainly that the Lord was with thee. And we said, let there be now an oath betwixt us, even betwixt us and thee, and let us make a covenant with thee. So now they done followed him to 2 different locations, filled in all of his wells, and he's still prospering. And now they see that the Lord is with him, so they want to get down. They want to get down now. They want to be down with him now. You understand? Verse 29.
When you could have been down from the get-go,
exactly.
He was a decent human being.
You know, Baba Kashada one. We was just talking about how, like, in Black Wall Street, had they left us alone, the wealth that we were generated would have spread out to them. But they wicked devils, they can't see. They can't see stuff like that.
Can't see nothing in front of their pride. Like a brick wall. It's like you talking to the pride is a brick wall. Right. And you try to talk business on the other side. All they hear is right. Can't hear nothing you saying.
I don't want to come. You know what I mean? Verse 29. And that thou will do us no hurt, as we have not touched thee. Yeah, but you digged in his wells, though. You filled in his wells. Mm-hmm. And as
like we ain't killed y'all, we ain't harmed you, we ain't got to no wars. So in their mind, like it's still mutual grounds here. Even though technically y'all, you know what I'm saying, y'all have been what the term I use today? Petty.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Very hateful and petty. Filling in a man's well to cut off his damn source of life. You know what I mean? That's very, you know what I'm saying, to I guess to a heathen, that's that's minuscule on the scale, but you know what I'm saying, that's very disrespectful to do. Right. It's a very disrespectful and foul thing to do. You're getting in the way and harming my success and feeding my family. Feeding, you know what I'm saying, clothing and taking care of what's mine. You know what I mean? That could be considered an act of war in itself. To cut off someone's water supply. I mean, goddamn, we can go to war for that. You know what I mean? But now you want to come and now you see the Lord still giving us water. Now you want to make peace. Right. You want to have a damn covenant.
And this is game right here. Check this out. That thou will do us no harm, no hurt, as we have not touched thee, and as we have done unto thee nothing but good. Now tell me that ain't game.
You bastard. That's what a heathen know how to smooth talk their way out of any situation, man. I was reading a book. I forget the damn book I was reading about, but it was talking about some brothers. I think I told you about about them brothers back in New York, like back in like the 1920s and whatnot, right? Like the Lost Battalion. Talking about them.
Oh, you mean the ones that fought in World War I?
Yeah, and the
Fighting 369.
Them devils had the audacity to come out of their mouth and say, "Listen, we understand that y'all, have this fight that y'all had, like it was by itself. They make it seem like it's an individual fight by itself, right? And like we get that y'all have this fight for equality. So we'll aid y'all when y'all fight for equality and respect and trying to get a sense of importance from everyone. If you buy these bonds and you sell us your sons and y'all go to war, so you can prove your loyalty to us."
And then, if I may, sir, when they got over there, they didn't even give them weapons. The French had to give them weapons. Exactly. You understand?
And they were so damn afraid we get them weapons, they might kill us. You know what I'm saying? Why ask yourself, Mr. Oppressor, why would a black man want to point a gun at you? Right. Since all you do is love, why would he even think of that in his mind? You know what I'm saying? Because you know just how much of a wicked bastard you are.
That's right.
That's why. And you don't want the evil that you do to someone else to be done unto you, man. You know what I'm saying? You're a damn hypocrite. You know what I'm saying? A liar, and all these heathens, they're all the same, man.
Yep.
They're no different. They're in the same boat as the oppressor.
That's right.
Ain't no different, man. We ain't having no picks over here. I'm not about to sort through a barrel of snakes and find out which one ain't gonna bite me. I wish I would. You know what I'm saying? We could be crazy. You know what I mean? It's like, that's real.
That's some real stuff right there.
Yeah, come on, man.
And
a game
now
on
check out what they say now. And have sent thee away in peace. Thou art now the blessed of the Lord. Okay, but the brother's righteousness, he gonna rock righteously moving forward. And he made them a feast. See that? After all they did to him, he still turned around and made them a feast. See, that's what we are. After all of these things, sometimes to our detriment, after all these things these people have done to us, we still, trying to love them. You understand? And he made them a feast, and they did eat and drink. Verse 31. And they rose up betimes in the morning and sware one to another. And Isaac sent them away, and they departed from him in peace. Verse 32. And it came to pass the same day that Isaac's servants came and told him concerning the well which they had digged, and said unto him, we have found water. Look, they done found another well. Man, I'm telling you. Verse 33.
It's a good life to be blessed by the Lord, bro.
Yeah, man.
It's a good life to be blessed by the Lord. And guess what? You ain't got to kill nobody to get it. You ain't got to kill nobody to be blessed by the Lord. You just got to do what the hell our Father tells us to do, man.
That's right.
Ain't that simple? Good night. I ain't got to go murder. I ain't got to rape. I ain't got to rob nobody. I just got to obey what my Creator told me to do. I mean, come on, man. How much more do we want? How much more do we want, man? Well, he gotta. I know they want that sign, as the scripture say. They want the Lord to write a message in lightning saying, "Do what I tell you to do, and I'll bless you." That's what they want.
And if I may, at the same time, these nations who did these things against our forefather Isaac, these are the same lands that the Most High gave us when we became a nation. We took these lands from them because they were he paid for those lands and dig those wells, and they took it from him. And he's still making deals with them because he don't care. He know the Most High is going to bless him.
Mm-hmm.
And we came back later as a nation and took that land back from them.
Because when it's time to go to war, when the Lord get that order, you know what I mean? Now, and I think this king had a little bit of wisdom because he realized, like, man, we still trying to push them back and they still getting blessed. So I wonder what would happen if they chose to come up against us. Gee, I wonder. I don't think we'd win that battle. Let's go make some agreements with these folks, before this gets out of hand. You know what I mean? Let's do that.
And he called it Sheba. Therefore, the name of the city is Beersheba unto this day. Verse 34. And Esau was 40 years old when he took to wife Judith, the daughter of Beeri the Hittite, and Bashemath, the daughter of Elon the Hittite.
All right. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna clip it right there. You know what I'm saying? We'll clip it right there next week. You know what I'm saying? We'll pick back up at verse 35. You know what I'm saying? Genesis chapter 26 and verse 35 will be pick up next week. You understand? So just up here, we said Mayim. All right. Men of Israel, gird thyself to the Torah. Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shabrak Yah.
Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shabrak Yah.
Yahweh Hashem Yahushua Baruch Yah.
Right? One more book up for sure. So our mediums means stand. Weapon y'all put down. Means rise and face east. Start with the Lord's Prayer in Hebrew.
Abanawa. Shabbat Shemayim. Kodash. Hayah. Shemka. Yahweh. Malakwaka. Taba'ah. Ratazayaka. Hayah. Aisha. Ba'arataza. Kawa. Hayah. Bashemayim. Netanlanawa. Lakam. Kal. Yawum. Wasalak Nawa. Kabawat Nawa. Kasalak Nawa. Kabawafia Nawa. Wala'ah. Tabi'aya Nawa. Banasaya 1. Abol. Awashaya Nawa. Rai. Nasalakia. Mayan. Rai. Kaya. Laka. Hamalakwith. Baha'ala. Bahafaparif. Ibalumium. Aman.
In English, our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come. Thy will be done in earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread. Forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom and the power and the glory forever. So be it.
The prayer for the powers of Hakak in the Hebrew. Yahweh. Hashem Yahushai. Babakashah. Netanlanawa. Hakak. Para'ah. Kal Makala. Wakal Madawa. Hakak. Tahar. Ha Matazarayam. Hakak. Lahakwiam. Amathium. Hakak. Al Rakawa. Hatama Allah. Lagarashun. Bahashim Yahushai. The water Aman.
In the English, Yahweh. In the name of Yahweh Shah. Please give us the power. The power to heal. All manner of sickness. And all manner of disease. The power to cleanse the lepers. The power to raise the dead. The power against unclean spirits. To cast them out. In the name of Yahweh Shah. Thank you. So be it.
Prayer for the blessings in the Hebrew. Barakatah Yahweh. Why Yahweh Shai? Why Mayaka Allah? Why Alahayim? Matazabaya Alawap Yahana. Alawapium. Hasaranyum. Hakwatazayanyum. Hakoyoyoyum. Bahagwatium. Yahweh. Bahashim Yahushai. The water Aman.
In the English. Bless you, Yahweh. And Yahweh Shai. And Michael. And the angel. Commanding General Yohana. The generals. The captains. The officers. The troopers. And the sisters. Yahweh. In the name of Yahweh Shai. Thank you. So be it.
121st Psalm in the Hebrew. Aisha. Ayanya. Al-Hariam. Ma'ayan. Yaba'ah. Isaiah. Ma'aim. Yahweh. Aisha. Shamayam. Wa'arataza. Al-Yathan. Lamawat. Regalka. Al-Yanawam. Shamarka. Hanala'ah. Yanawam. Wala'ah. Yayashan. Shawamar. Yashra'ala. Yahweh, Shamarka, Yahweh, Tazalka, Aliyah, Yamyaka, Yawamam, Hashamash, La'ah, Yakaka, Wayarak, Balayala, Yahweh, Yashamarka, Makal Rai, Yashamar, Athnapashka, Yahweh, Yashamar, Tazaatka, Wabawaatka, Bayatha, Wa'id, Iwalum.
In English. I will lift up mine eyes into the hill.
I will lift up mine eyes into the hill.
From whence cometh my help?
From which cometh my help?
My help cometh from the Lord.
My help cometh from the Lord,
Which made heaven and earth.
which made heaven and earth.
He will not suffer thy foot to be moved.
He will not suffer thy foot to be moved.
He that keepeth thee will not slumber.
He that keepeth thee will not slumber.
Behold,
Behold,
he that keepeth Israel
he that keepeth Israel
shall neither slumber nor sleep.
shall neither slumber nor sleep.
Lord is thy keeper.
The Lord is thy keeper.
Lord is thy shade
The Lord is thy shade
upon thy right hand.
upon thy right hand.
The sun shall not smite thee by day,
The sun shall not smite thee by day,
nor the moon by night.
nor the moon by night.
The Lord shall preserve thee from all
The
evil.
Lord shall preserve thee from all evil.
He shall preserve thy soul.
He shall preserve thy soul.
The Lord shall preserve thy going out
The Lord shall preserve thy going out
and thy coming in
and thy coming in.
from this time forth
From this time forth
and even
and
forevermore.
even forevermore. The 83rd Psalm in Hebrew. Alahayim,
Alahayim,
Al-Dami Alaka,
Al Dami Alaka,
Al-Takarash,
Al Takarash,
Wa Al-Fashakwat,
Al Tashakwat,
Al,
Al
Kayahana,
Hayahana,
Ayabyaka,
Aba Yabyaka,
Yahama,
Yahama,
Yawan,
Yawan,
Ra'ash,
Ra'ash,
Al-Imaka,
Al Imaka,
Yairayamwa,
Yarayam,
Sawada,
Sawada,
Wayata,
Wayatha,
Yaitazawa,
Yaitazawa,
Al-Tazapawanyaka,
Al Tazapawanya,
Amarwa,
Amar,
Lakawa,
Lakawa,
Wanakakidam,
Manakaki,
Magoya,
Mongolia,
Wala'a,
Wala'a,
Yazakar,
Kar,
Sham Yasha'ala,
Sham Yashala,
Iwada,
Iwada,
Kaya,
Kaya,
Nawaitazawa,
Ma'aitazawa,
Laba,
Laba,
Yakadwa,
Yakadwa,
Al-Yaka,
Alyaka,
Barayaf,
Barayat,
Yakarathwa,
Karat,
Aholia,
Aholia,
Adawam,
Wam,
Yashamai,
Yashamai,
Alayam,
Awayam,
Mawa'aba,
Awa'ab,
Wahagariam,
Hagari,
Gabol,
Bol,
Wa'aimawan,
Waimawan,
Wa'aimalak,
Waimalak,
Palashat,
Palasha,
I'm Yashabia,
I'm Yeshabia,
Labanya Lawat, Tazawar,
Tazawar,
Gam Ashawar,
Gama Ashawar,
Nalawa,
Nalawa,
Imam,
Imam,
Hayawa,
Hayawa,
Zarawai,
Zarwai,
Labanya Lawat,
Labanya Lawat,
Salah,
Salah,
Aishalaham,
Aishalaham,
Kamadin,
Kamadi,
Kasaya,
Kasaya,
Sara'ah,
Sara'ah,
Kayabin,
Kayabin,
Banakal,
Banakol,
Kwayashwan,
Kwayashwan,
Nashamadwa,
Nashamadwa,
Ba'ayan,
Bayan,
the Ara,
Dara,
Hayawa, Daman, Adama,
Ladama,
Shayatamwa,
Shayatamwa,
Nada,
Nada,
Yabmawa,
Yabmawa,
Arab,
Karab,
Wakazaba,
Kazabak,
Wakazabak,
Kazabak,
Wakatazal,
Katazal,
Manai,
Manai,
Kal, Nasaya Kamwa,
Cow, Nisayakam,
Ashar,
Ashar,
Amarwa,
Amor,
Naya Rasha,
Yarasha,
Lanawa,
Lanawa,
Af, Na'awaf,
Na'awa,
Alahayam,
Alahayam,
Alahaya,
Alahaya,
Shayatamwa,
Shayatamwa,
Kagogala,
Gogla,
Kakwash,
Kwash,
Lapanyaraka,
Lapunyaraka,
Kaash,
Kaash,
Dabiira,
Baba Yaira,
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 Wakalahaba,
Kalahaba,
Dalahat,
Alahat,
Harayam,
Harayam,
Khan,
Khan,
Daradapma,
Daradap,
Lasa Irika,
Basa Irika,
Wabasa,
Wabasa,
Wapafka,
Wapaka,
Tabahalam,
Tabahalam,
Mala'a,
Mala'am,
Panyaham,
Panyaham,
Kwalawan,
Palawan,
Wayabakwashwa,
Yabakwash,
Shimka,
Shimka,
Yahawa,
Yahawa,
Yabashwa,
Yabashwa,
Wayabaholwa,
Wayabaholwa,
Aija Ai,
Ai,
Wayakaparwa,
Wayakaparwa,
Waya Abadwa,
Wayabadwa,
Waya Dayawa,
Wayadayawa,
Kaya Ata,
Kaya Athab,
Shimka,
Shimka,
Yahawa,
Yahawa,
Labadka,
Yabadka,
Al Yawan,
Al Yawan,
Al Kal Ha'arataza.
Al Kaha Rataza. In the English, keep not thy silence, O Yahweh.
Keep not thy silence, O Yahweh.
Hold not thy peace,
Hold not thy peace,
and be not still,
and be not still.
O
O
Yahweh.
Yahweh,
For lo,
for lo,
thine enemies make a tumult,
thine enemies make a tumult,
and they that hate thee
and they that hate thee
have lifted up the head.
have lifted up the head.
They have taken crafty counsel
They have taken crafty counsel
against thy people,
against thy people,
and consulted against
and consulted against
thy hidden one.
thy hidden one.
They have said,
They have said,
come
come,
and let us cut them off
let us cut them off
from being a
from
nation,
being a nation,
that the name of
in
Israel
the name of Israel,
may be no more remembered.
maybe no more remember.
For they have consulted together
They have consulted together
with one consent.
with one consent.
They are confederate against thee.
They are confederate against
The
thee.
tabernacles of Edom,
The tabernacles of Edom,
and the
and
Ishmaelites,
the Ishmaelites,
of Moab,
of Moab,
and the
the
Hagarenes,
Hagarenes,
Gabal,
Baal,
and Ammon,
and Ammon,
and Amalek,
and Amalek,
the Philistines,
the Philistines,
with the inhabitants of Tyre.
with the inhabitants of Tyre.
Assur
Assur
also
also
is joined with them.
joined with them.
They have hope in the children of
They
Lot.
have hope in the children of Lot.
Selah,
Salah,
do unto them
do unto them
as unto the Midianites,
as unto the Midianites,
as to Sisera,
to Sisera,
as to Jabin,
as to Jabin,
at the brook of
at
Kison,
the brook of Kison,
which perished at Endor.
which perished at Endor.
They became as dung for the earth.
They became as dung for the earth.
Make their nobles
Make their nobles
like Oreb
like Oreb,
and like
like
Zeb.
Zeb.
Yea,
Yea,
all their princes
all their princes
as the
as Zabah,
And that's Almuna, who said, let us take to ourselves the houses of Yahweh in possession. Oh, my power. Make them like a wheel. As to stumble before the wind. As a fire burneth a wood. And as the flame set the mountains on fire. So persecute them with thy tempest. And make them afraid with thy storm. Fill their faces with shame. That they may seek thy name. Oh, Yahweh. But to be confounded and trouble forever. Yea, let me put to shame and perish, that men may know that thou, whose name alone is Yahweh, art the Most High over all the earth.
Sorry. Men of Israel, Imagine. So I turn and face the teacher, men of Israel. We give the teacher one courtesy salute. Men of Israel, Imagine Shabbat, Imagine Barak, Yahweh Ba'Shem HaShai B'Rakathah, Yahweh Matah. Class dismissed.